Okay, Nicolette friend.
Paige friend.
Cade friend.
Sam classmate.
Abby friend.
In the 21st century, technology is starting to take over people's lives. People are starting to rely on technology more than their own knowledge. Schools all over the world are starting to use more and more technology. They are replacing paper with iPads and laptops. Soon paper will be a thing of the past. Technology may be good for some things, but it's not good for school. Books allow all students to learn more proactively than screen devices. Laptops and iPads should not replace books in schools because the information isn't always true. Not all materials are on the internet, and they have affected many students' health. Students can research many things on the internet and find answers, but the downfall to that is not all answers on the internet are true. Mark Herring, a writer from the American Library Association, states, "There is no quality control on the internet. Any fool can put up anything. Websites are so easy to make, anyone can do it. Most teachers are alright with students searching on the internet for information, but it is a good possibility much of the internet or the information is false." A good point that a writer from ClassZone made is, anyone with an internet connection can publish a website, so reliability of information isn't guaranteed. A huge amount of information isn't true. A study by Caitlin Dewey from Google shows research found that only 20 of 85 websites were factually ranked. Less than 25% of all websites are factually correct. Therefore, when students are looking up information, they are most likely finding false information. If students use books for information, they will find more facts. False information is just one of the few reasons why schools should not replace books with laptops. Not only is much of the information on the internet false, but not all information is even true. Several books that schools use on the classes aren't on the internet, and they cost money if they are. A writer from procons.org states, as of 2012, only 30% of textbook titles are available electronically. Textbooks on laptops and iPads are very limited. Believe it or not, journals are even harder to find. Mark Herring tells us in his article, only 8% of all journals are on the web. With that being said, it is easier for a school to get paper books and journals for students to use. Schools only have to buy paper books and journals once, but they have to buy articles for laptops and iPads over and over again. ClassZone, an informative website, states some electronic resources are only available through a subscription. The quote shows that if schools buy the textbooks online, they have to keep renewing their subscription over and over. Getting the books for a long amount of time could result in all kinds of problems, from having to keep buying the subscriptions to taking hours to download and getting the books on every student's device. Overall, paper books are best for schools because several books aren't available on the internet, and if they are, most of them require a subscription to use. Another negative factor about laptops and iPads is they are largely affecting students' health. Using a screen device for a long amount of time can affect many areas of a student's health. They can be hurting more than helping in the long run. A writer from procons.org states, handheld contributes to computer vision syndrome, such as eye strain, headaches, blurred vision, and dry eyes, according to American Optometrists Association. Headaches are extremely common in students ages 5 through 18. Daniel, a doctor in medicine, reported, headaches are common in children, occurring in up to 75% of school-age children. Headaches are more common than they should be. If schools use books instead of electronic devices, the health in students can improve. Headaches aren't the only problem that handhelds can cause. A writer from procons.org says in his article, people who use mobile devices more often have a higher influence of musculoskeletal disorder, including carpal tunnel syndrome, neck pain, shoulder pain. There is no reason to be endangering students' health when there is an easy solution to all the problems. If schools use paper books instead of laptops and iPads, the amount of student health problems might decrease. It is true that some students can only access the internet to do assignments and research at all hours of the day. Some kids are lucky enough to be able to have internet access 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. However, thinking that every student in school has internet access when they go home is just not realistic. A large amount of students don't have internet at home. Using iPads and laptops in schools instead of books makes some students not able to do their homework at home. A recent study by John shows 5 million households with school-aged children do not have high-speed internet service at home. 5 million kids don't have internet at their house, which can cause their grades to drop if the school uses laptops and iPads. Families can't get internet for free, and there are several people who can't afford it. Due to this disadvantages, schools should not use laptops and iPads. As one can see, it is better to use textbooks in K-8 schools instead of laptops and iPads, because they can cause many problems. A major setback with screen devices is they can cause mental and physical problems. Also, not all information is on the internet, and not all information is true. Lastly, schools should use laptops and iPads because not all families have access to the internet. These reasons are just a few that make using a book in school worth it. Technology can be helpful throughout some points in life, but not in school.